And tonight, we start in Baltimore, which was the scene of CNN's newest hit show, The Mystery of the Missing Podium. Despite the efforts of the brightest minds in television, the likes of Don Lemon and Jeffrey Toobin, the podium was never found. What is Joe Biden resting his hands on? What is he doing? Is he imitating the great Cornholio? Is he holding tight to coherence? We'll never know, because they did not find the missing podium. Instead, CNN aired a disastrous town hall with President Biden last night.
But here's the point. We're in a situation now where if you are in a circumstance that you're not able to provide, well, let me cut to the chase. I'm taking too long.
That was our president doing his best Grandpa Simpson impression there, getting lost in his own story. But if you listened to the left-wing media, they'd make you think Biden's performance was on par with a victorious General Patton parading through the streets of Paris.
Yeah, I think he showed he was commanding and yet comfortable. This was not a presidency in crisis. This didn't look like a guy whose poll numbers have dropped. He showed wit. He was able to laugh at himself. I just thought this was a guy truly in command of the presidency.
This is the worst magic trick in history. I can see the card up your sleeve, Paul Begala. Your lies, they're obvious. I'm not sure what town hall he was watching, but it clearly wasn't the one that aired on his network. And to be fair to Begala, he probably didn't watch. No one did. Mr. 80 million votes didn't break the top 20 in cable news. Would you describe this answer as, quote, commanding?
40% of all products coming into the United States of America on the West Coast go through Los Angeles and what am I doing here?
Is it Long Beach?
Long Beach, thank you.
What are you doing here? Let me help you out. You're supposed to be running the country and fixing a supply chain crisis, or any crisis for that matter. Pick a card, any card. Pick a crisis, any crisis, as you wander around the stage.
Do you have plans to visit the southern border?
I've been there before, and I haven't. I mean, I know it well. I guess I should go down, but the whole point of it is I haven't had a whole hell of a lot of time to get down.
Let me see. Let's see if we can diagram that sentence, okay? I've been there before, and I haven't, but I know it well. Is that confusion? It's certainly a contradiction. Is that a lie and then a correction slowly backing away from the obvious lie? Joe Biden has never toured the southern border. According to Fox News, now as president, vice president, senator, or even a concerned citizen, he has never visited the southern border. Well, Jen Psaki told us today that he drove around in the vicinity, perhaps through the border once, but come on, really? Is that your answer? He drove by it once? And while Joe spends his weekends in Delaware, there have been nearly 2 million apprehensions along the southern border. In 2021 alone, that's the highest number ever recorded. And look, we still have 2 more months to go. Maybe you're right, Joe. I guess you should get on down there and see what's going on. But as Biden forgets the name of one of America's biggest ports and lies about going to the southern border, we're led to ask, who's in charge of this White House? Who is running the country?
Do you presume to criticize the great Oz? You ungrateful creatures think yourselves lucky that I'm giving you audience tomorrow instead of 20 years from now. Oh, the great Oz has spoken. Oh, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
This is what Democrats want, for you to ignore whoever is pulling the strings of Joe Biden. So who is it? Who is it that's behind the curtain? Hey, maybe it's Dr. Jill. Joe hasn't been to the border, but she has.
Now, my wife Jill has been down. She's been on both sides of the river. She's seen the circumstances there. She's looked into those places.
So, Jill Biden has more border experience than our president. That's a really promising sign. But if Jill Biden's not the Wizard of Oz, then who is? Maybe it's Joe's old boss, Barack Obama, who's the great and powerful Oz.
The tax rate, the corporate tax rate was 37%. Barack and I thought it should come down. The Paris Accord, which when I was with the Obama administration, we helped negotiate. In the Obama-Biden administration,
Joe spends a lot of time, well, awful lot of time, talking about the former president while not acting very presidential himself. Maybe he's not the great and powerful Oz. Maybe it's the CDC. Maybe Dr. Anthony Fauci is the man behind the curtain. More on that in just a moment, coming up on Fox News Primetime. But the scariest answer to this question may be that no one is pulling the strings on Biden, because every day this White House looks more and more like a rudderless ship that is spinning around in circles, almost like wandering around a CNN town hall.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.